recognize the achievements and support of our alumni as well as a few distinguished groups. All of us here today realize Westminster is a very special place. Some come here to discover the direction they want to live their lives. Others come because they know Westminster will provide the tools they need to take the future path they've planned. But ultimately, pastoring the sacred columns with that knowledge, experiences, and the character building, and the leadership training, as well as friendships, will go on, hopefully, for a very successful professional and personal life. This weekend, we come together to celebrate that common journey. And I'd like to recognize the old guard. This group of alumni has a very special place in the heart of Westminster College. The formal title, the Order of the Golden Legion, or what we finally refer to them again as the Old Guard. This group encompasses alumni who graduated from Westminster College more than 50 years ago. They are at the root of our spirit and history of this proud institution. These men stand strong and proudly to carry on the traditions of Westminster College. Thank you, Old Guard, for your contributions to this college in the past, the present, and we truly want into the well of the future. Please give them a loud round of applause. Also want to make another special presentation to the 50-year class of 1974. And I had the distinct pleasure yesterday to be at a luncheon with several of those folks, and it was most enjoyable, especially hearing some of the stories that these folks told. And again, we're honored to have you here today. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the Grand Marshal of the Skulls of Seven, Ben Sheedy, for this very distinguished recognition. Ben?
1939, the Skulls of Seven formally instituted the Order of the Golden Legion to honor the members of the class of 1889. On the 50th anniversary of your class, your alma mater considers it a privilege to honor your membership in the Order of the Golden Legion. Through your lives, you have distinguished yourself and brought credit to Westminster College. Your devotion is a source of gratitude for the college and your fellow alumni, and provides an inspiring example to those of us who will follow in your footsteps. We take pride in recognizing each of you, and we wish you continued health and happiness in the years ahead. You received your Golden Legion medallion at the column ceremony yesterday. We hope you will wear this medallion any time you come to campus. As I call your name, would each member of the class of 1974 please stand to be recognized as a class. Please hold your applause to the end. Victor Adams, Joseph Ashley, Kirk Beattie, Carlton Beckstead, Mark Klaus, Robert Cocking, Richard Comfort, Herbert Cooper, Robert Feldmeyer, George Gearhart, Guy Goodner, Randall Johnson, David Kinner, Harry Kluwer, Ted Lehman, Walter Logan, James Lowry, Gary Micheluso, Eric Martin, Richard Martin, Samuel McCurd, William McNeese, Stephen Oden, Timothy Pickle, Lawrence Potts, Harold Rothwell, Michael Russell, Charles Weedman, Scott Wilson, Thomas Walter. Class of 1974, welcome to the Order of the Golden Legion.
Thank you, Ben and President Lofi, and congratulations to all of the members of the Old Guard. I'm Catherine Ayers-Wickenhauser, class of 2011, President of Alumni Council, and I'm excited to be here today, joined by the Vice President of Alumni Council, Deshaun Scott, and Alumni Awards Chair, Kurt Feigley. One of the hallmarks of Alumni Council is the governance and selection of our Alumni Awards. Each year, Alumni Council solicits nominations for the Jack Marshall Loyalty Award, the Young Alumni Achievement Awards, and the Alumni Achievement Awards. Alumni Council members review nominations, with any members of Council with conflicts of interest recusing themselves from the entire category. This year, our Alumni Awards Chair, Kurt Feigley, led the deployment of a new rubric and standardized process of reviewing nominees, which resulted in our impressive awardees that you see here today. I'd like to thank those who submitted awards nominations and also mention that nominations for next year are open now if you know someone who should be nominated. Many of the nominations we receive are from peers, old friends, mentors, and even students. There's a lot of time and attention invested in these compelling stories and nominations, and it's truly remarkable to read through them. I also want to thank my fellow Alumni Council members who serve for the time, energy, and effort in the selection process. I appreciate what you do. Please join me in a round of applause to thank both those who submitted nominations as well as those who reviewed them. Our first presentation is the 2024 Remley Award from Dr. Wri Smith.
The Remley Award celebrates women who have shown exceptional passion and support for the women of Westminster College, emulating the spirit of the award's namesake, Dr. Aubrey Remley. Dr. Remley was Westminster's first full-time professor and welcomed the first female students on campus in 1979. Each year, we look for a woman who has had a positive impact on our campus women and who has championed our women, worked on behalf of their needs, and celebrated their successes. This year, we get to celebrate a faculty member who has served in many roles on campus and has demonstrated a commitment to service in the Fulton community and beyond. The 2024 recipient of the Remley Award is Dr. Amanda Goen. Dr. Goen currently serves as Department Chair and Assistant Professor for the Health and Exercise Science Department. Dr. Goen has worked at Westminster College since 2008, first serving as a health educator and dietitian at the Wellness Center, and then moving into teaching. Dr. Goen's classes are incredibly popular because she's known as a professor who cares about her students and invests in their potential. She also provides students with wonderful opportunities outside of the classroom, such as service and research experiences that enrich their learning. Dr. Goen is always doing more. Not only does she work closely with many students as their advisor, to support their capstone research and supervise their internships, she also advises our peer health educators group, takes students on study abroad experiences, and is taking groups on life-changing experiences as service trips to Tanzania in support of the organization Humanity for Children. Her work with Humanity for Children includes several public health-related experiences to improve maternal child health within the Maasai community in rural northern Tanzania. These trips have built in many of our students a deep passion for supporting women's health. Despite all of the important and time-consuming work that she does, Dr. Goen somehow never loses her positive attitude and her willingness to help others. The last email I got from her last week literally said, "Let me know how I can help you," which I believe sums her up in a nutshell. While I could go on about Dr. Goen, I think it's more appropriate to end with some words from her students. Quote, "Dr. Goen is amazing. She goes above and beyond to make sure I'm equipped with the tools that I need for graduate school. It's easy to see how passionate about her work she truly is, and I'm so blessed to have her as my advisor." And quote, "Dr. Goen is one of the exceptional professors on campus that goes above and beyond when it comes to teaching as well as student wellness. She inspires so many students to take health and wellness seriously, and I truly admire her for that. I'm pleased to present this year's Remley Award to Dr. Amanda Goen."
So much, Dr. Wri Smith. This is such an honor. I was very surprised when I was told that I was a recipient of this award, So I started reflecting on the work that Dr. Remley has left us, along with the work that our Remley Gender and Women's Services do on our campus. So Dr. Remley not only paved the way for women at Westminster, but she also was an advocate for all others that were at kind of a less than state. She advocated for policy initiatives in our community, and she worked really hard on changing policies and procedures to help people kind of have a leg up. So they gave me 2 minutes, so I thought, how could I spend my time the best way that I have with you guys today? And so I thought I would leave you with some Remley-esque thoughts as you start your Alumni Weekend. So, RE, re-energize. Do you guys remember your time at a college campus this time of year? It's kind of tough. So as you interact with people on campus and bring your energy to us for this weekend, spread that around. We need some extra energy and positivity and re-energizing. M, move forward. Continue moving us forward. And if you don't know what direction you're going in, just keep moving, right? As you move your body, it makes you feel better, and you probably have some creative ideas that come to you. L, one of my favorite letters. So we got to think about thank you for loving Westminster College and coming back for the weekend, but spreading love to others, laughing this weekend, and then along with that, E, empowering others. So continue to spread that around as well, bringing up positivity, empowering others to keep moving forward, and then lastly, the why. Remember your why, and thank you so much again for coming back to campus and celebrating Westminster College and celebrating this award along with the other recipients today. Thank you so much.
Our next presentation is the Jack Marshall Alumni Loyalty Award. Established in 2009, this award is bestowed annually upon alumni who demonstrate a continued devotion to Westminster College through contributions of time, talent, and treasure, and to those who have demonstrated exceptional dedication and service to the college. In 2012, the award was renamed the Jack Marshall Alumni Loyalty Award in honor of Mr. Westminster himself. Those of you who knew Jack know that his passion for Westminster College was unparalleled. In his 40-year career at Westminster, he touched the lives of generations of alumni as he served as Dean of Students, Dean of Admissions, Alumni Secretary, and even a couple of stints as interim president. After his retirement, he was often called upon to provide insight and advice. He frequently dropped by the alumni office to deliver news clippings of alumni, sharing personal stories about their time at Westminster. He was always willing to accompany staff on donor visits, attend alumni events, and train the student ambassadors in Blue Jay Working Group. Jack was the living definition of loyalty, and we are honored that his legacy recognizes others for their dedication to the college that he loved so dearly. Our 2024 Jack Marshall Alumni Loyalty Award winner is Adam Mallette, class of 2011, and a member of Kappa Alpha Order. I'd like to think that Jack Marshall and Adam crossed paths because personally, knowing both of them, they shared much of the same passion and demeanor. Adam and I were in the same class here at Westminster, and I came to know him not only through business and marketing classes, but also as he began dating and then later married my apartment mate, Carrie. Like Jack, Adam was a connector. He brought people together. He always had a nice word to say and a smile, and he was a friend to everyone. It came as no surprise after graduation when Adam served as an admissions counselor here, recruiting the next generation of Westminster students with his signature fun and upbeat attitude that's even emulated by his nickname, Ziggy. Even after Adam moved on from campus to his next roles in business and marketing, Adam remained passionate and promotional, connecting others to Westminster. Even though Adam unexpectedly passed away this past summer, his love of Westminster continues to shine through as he's re-engaged and reconnected many alumni with the college. A scholarship established in his name was a top performer in the recent 1851 challenge, both in number of participants and funds raised. Additionally, a Hoops for Ziggy event is being held later this afternoon to raise funds for a memorial bench to be installed on campus so that Adam will always have a presence here. On behalf of Westminster College, I am incredibly proud to present the 2024 Jack Marshall Alumni Loyalty Award posthumously to Adam Mallette. His wife Carrie is here to accept in his honor.
My name is Carrie, class of 2010. I am a third grade teacher and I can speak in front of 8-year-olds all day, but this is very difficult for me. Thank you to Westminster and thank you to God for allowing us to honor Adam in this way. What did Westminster mean to Adam? I spent the last year asking myself, what would Adam do in this situation? What would he say? Our children, our finances, our future. So when contemplating the question, what did Westminster mean to Adam? I thought long and hard about what Adam himself would say. He would not say that Westminster meant that he could earn a business communications degree with small classes and dedicated professors. He would not say that Westminster meant that he could be a member of KA, meet lifelong friends that span multiple grades above and below, and serve as recruitment chair. He would not say that Westminster meant that he could be a Blue Jay basketball player for 4 years. He would not say that Westminster meant that he could meet his soulmate in the quad on the way to Theta Formals, and years later marry her in the St. Mary Aldermanbury Church. He would not say that Westminster meant that he could work in the admissions office post-graduation, practicing his marketing skills in an easy-to-sell role. He would not say that Westminster meant that he could serve on alumni leader panels, student ambassador interview panels, and guest critic panels for Professor Hardiman's business and professional communication presentations for the decade after he graduated. While all of those are highlights, I do not think that he would mention any one of those things. I think that Adam would say that Westminster meant one simple thing: community. It's the Westminster community that Adam cultivated throughout all of those experiences. It's the community that reminded him of his hometown, Webster Groves. It's the community that he maintained friendships with for 16 years. It's the community that rallied around our family when Adam tragically lost his life last year to support us in the most incredible ways. It's the community that continues to stand by us and love us fiercely in Adam's absence. The Westminster community means the world to Adam. Thank you.
Hello everyone. For those who do not know me, I am Scott, class of 2016, and also serve as the Vice President of Alumni Council. I am thrilled today to help recognize our Young Alumni Achievement Award. This award was established in 2009 to recognize alumni who has graduated within the past 5 to 15 years, who demonstrate the Westminster mission through outstanding achievement early in their chosen career and/or dedicated leadership and service to their community. This year, we have 2 outstanding alumni who will receive this honor. The first recipient is Danielle Harrison from Columbia, Missouri, class of 2005. Danielle Harrison is the founder of the Harrison Financial Planning, an independent, fee-only financial planning firm servicing clients across the country. Holding the Certified Financial Planner and Certified Financial Therapist I designations, she has made significant contributions to the financial industry. She has been recognized as one of the 2021 Rising Stars by Financial Planning magazine. Her expertise has been sought out by numerous media outlets, including New York Times, CNBC, Yahoo Finance, Investment News, and among others. Beyond her professional achievements, Danielle has been actively involved in nonprofit organizations such as Girls on the Run, the Alzheimer's Association, and Mobility Worldwide. Her dedication and leadership have been evident in her roles, including serving as board president of the Mobility Worldwide for 3 years. Danielle's commitment to service extends to her role as member of the University of Missouri True School of Business Graduate Program's Office Advisory Board. Danielle graduated from Westminster College with a BA in Economics and Business Administration with a minor in English. During her time at Westminster, she was involved in various activities, including the Finance Committee, Blue Blazers Investments Club, and the Faculty Search Committee. She was also recognized as a Wall Street Journal Award. She pursued her master's in Business Administration at the University of Missouri Columbia, where she excelled and received accolades, including the MBA Leadership and Top Management Department Student Awards. Despite her professional and academic accomplishments, Danielle remains devoted to her family. She cherishes spending time with her husband Jonathan and their 2 boys, William and Alexander. Westminster is proud to award the 2024 Young Alumni Achievement Award to Danielle Harrison.
Thank you all very much. So neither one of my parents attended college, but growing up, education was the #1 priority in my household. My father, who passed away 9 years ago, who was known for his radical candor, was very specific about education being the ticket to my success. And when everyone was pushing me to play sports, because I am 6 feet tall, he always said that education is #1. My dad was a very smart man, and I was extremely fortunate to receive a full ride academic scholarship to Westminster, which I will always be eternally grateful for. Having that scholarship allowed me to make lots of choices in my life that I would not have been able to, such as starting my firm, without the saddle of student debt. Coming from a small town, Westminster was the perfect fit. The small campus lent itself to becoming very involved in organizations, leadership positions, as well as fostering relationships with professors that you really don't get with larger universities. And I wanted to take a moment to thank some of those professors. There was Gian Credon, Robbie Bendari, Peter Hay, Selson Phelps, Sharon Salem, Terry Buckley, and Bob Herbert, who I distinctly remember in one of his classes having us fill out a 10-year plan for ourselves. And mine included everything that I have done on that list. And having that focus so early meant a ton. I also want to thank Wayne Zaid, who pushed me out of my comfort zone of numbers to minor in English, which in the financial services industry, being an introvert like myself, it's very hard to make it, but I was able to build my firm through my writing, and I thank him for that. And last but not least, I really want to thank what's most important, which is my family, my amazing partner, Jonathan, my son, my oldest son, William, who is back there. I think he's doing math problems to get himself through the ceremony, which is just like us. My mom, who is currently watching our 3-year-old who could not make it through the ceremony. And so I just want to thank you all again. I really appreciate this honor.
The second recipient is Dr. Misty Todd, class of 2013 from LaGrange, Missouri. Dr. Todd has translated her upbringing on a family farm in a small town outside of LaGrange, Missouri, into a medical career devoted to rural medicine. Following her 2013 graduation from Westminster College, Dr. Todd attended the University of Missouri School of Medicine. While in medical school, Todd served as the president of the Family Medicine Interest Group, with the organization winning numerous national awards under her leadership. Todd was also inducted into Gold's Humanism Honor Society, one of only 2 honor societies in medical education. The organization membership is known for demonstrating exceptional compassion, commitment to patient care, and leadership amongst peers. Dr. Todd continued at Mizzou after graduating, serving as chief resident while completing her residency in family medicine, later being selected as the Missouri Academy of Family Physicians Residents of the Year. In addition to these accolades, Dr. Todd has also received awards from the University of Missouri School of Medicine Departments of Family Medicine and Pediatrics for her advocacy efforts at the local, state, and national levels. Over the past 4 years, Dr. Todd has implemented Missouri's first rural training track residency in family medicine in Sedalia, Missouri, where she currently serves as program director, in addition to maintaining her full scope of family medicine practice, including surgical obstetricians. Sorry about that. She was selected as the recipient of Sedalia's Top 20 Under 40 in fall 2023. She and her husband, Dr. Matthew Ward's class of 2013, Delta Tau Delta, enjoy operating their 75-acre cattle farm. Snow and water skiing or horseback riding is what they like to do in their free time. I am honored to present the 2024 Young Alumni Achievement Award to Dr. Misty Todd. Thank you for being there for others, for being genuine, compassionate, and caring for others as well. It's just a testament of who she is. Thank you.
Thank you. I wonder how they got all that information. There's a saying that behind every successful woman, there's a tribe of women who pick her up. That's not true for me. I have a tribe of women and men, and many of those have come to pick me up and support me from Westminster. I'm so grateful for the friendships and the mentorship that I've received here. Dr. Goen, who was the first recipient, I was one of those first peer health educators. I have trekked behind her through Tanzania twice now. I've learned how to lead national organizations under her. I've had non-major professors put time and effort into that defective political science major, thank you, Dr. Gibson, that have led me with confidence through the halls of our state's capital and our nation's capital to advocate for rural Americans to have access to quality and effective evidence-based medical care. I know that there is one group of people in the audience who is probably sighing, and that's my parents. I'm sure that they thought that in 2013 that was their last trip to Fulton, so thanks Mom and Dad for continuing to come again, as you truly have been my biggest supporters through all stages of life, and were brave enough to put faith in me and money in me to come here, and I'm eternally grateful for you. The last thanks goes to my husband, Matt Roars, the one videotaping, who is the true outstanding alumni here. He's done lots of things inside and outside of medicine, but mostly I'm thankful for him being my husband, loving me and supporting me through all of the things that we take on and don't have time for, but somehow manage to continue to succeed through. So, thank you.
Congratulations again to all of our Young Alumni honorees. We will now recognize our 6 Alumni Achievement Award winners. This award is presented annually to alumni whose accomplishments reflect the Westminster mission and who have distinguished themselves through personal achievements, professional achievements, and/or have made significant contributions to society. This year, we have 6 outstanding alumni who will receive this distinguished honor. Our first recipient today is Brock Ayers from Baldwin, Missouri, class of 1982, and a member of Delta Tau Delta fraternity. He is well known for his service and presence on Westminster's campus, but his career is equally as impressive. Today, Brock serves as First Vice President of Investments at Wells Fargo Advisors in Chesterfield, Missouri. As a certified financial planner with over 31 years in the industry, his career began at A.G. Edwards, leading to numerous recognitions, including Premier Advisor and 5-Star Wealth Manager. Additionally, he served in the U.S. Army and Reserves for 18 years, being medically retired in 1999. Brock earned his degree in Economics and Business Administration from Westminster in 1982. His college years were marked by leadership roles in student organizations and entrepreneurial ventures like his super sweet chimney cleaning business. Post-college, Brock's military education included the Army Intelligence School and the National Defense University, earning a Master's of Science in Strategic Intelligence. His assignments included the 25th Infantry Division in Hawaii, the Defense Intelligence Agency Space and Special Operations Directorate, and the National Security Council, White House Situation Room staff under 2 presidents, and the U.S. Transportation Command J2 Intelligence and Crisis Action Team, along with several other agency joint roles. An active alumnus, Brock served as a trustee of Westminster College for 21 years. He's a Churchill Fellow, and he's led the Westminster Alumni Association. His dedication to service was recognized with several awards, including the 2014 Jack Marshall Alumni Loyalty Award, the 1993 and 1995 SGA Alumni Service Award winner, and the Case District 6 Volunteer of the Year. He's a member of the Delta Tau Delta Distinguished Service Chapter. He founded the Blue Blazers Investment Committee in 1996, and one of his proudest achievements is the many Westminster students he has helped secure internships and initial employment after graduation. I think the last count was over 50 students. In fact, he was nominated for this award by a student who noted the transformative effect that Brock has on lives and the way that he invests all of his resources for younger generations to lead lives of excellence and maximize their potential. Brock and his wife Laura celebrate a strong family connection to Westminster, proudly noting the 8 diplomas held by their extended family, including their 4 daughters, which includes myself and my sisters, Caroline, Amelia, and Sarah. As his daughter, I'm exceptionally proud that others have recognized his tireless dedication to and his inspirational higher purpose of helping others through his current profession, his service to his country, and his dedication to his community and family. Westminster College is honored, and I am especially honored to award the 2024 Alumni Achievement Award to my dad, Brock Ayers.
Okay, that's a little daunting. You know, this has always been my favorite weekend in all my time at the college. And for you undergrads out there, I'd encourage you to put your phones down for a little bit. Many of us more seasoned types are extremely pleased to have gone here before the era of social media. I'll give you a disclosure on some alumni stories. We reserve the right to modify, change names to protect the possibly innocent, and say that the statute of limitations is a wonderful thing. So get out, enjoy the weekend, see alums. It's a notable anniversary. Today marks the 44th anniversary that the biology block somehow appeared on the front porch of the Dell House. There are some inconsistencies out there, and somehow Bill Parrish hasn't included that yet in a history of Westminster. So I want to fill in a couple gaps for you, and then I'll tell a couple other Westminster stories. Keith tells me I have 2 minutes. I run slightly over. Anyway. So 1980 Alumni Weekend, a gathering, class of 1965 at the Dell House. It was a beautiful day like today. Westminster torn down the old Hall of Science. The lintel above the door said biology in a big piece of granite. It was left after the destruction between Westminster Hall and the Hall of Science, and it was kind of sinking down into the mud and appearing something like one of the Planet of the Apes movies. And so, being the good corporate citizens that we were, with an assist from Anheuser-Busch, we decided that we'd help the college by possibly relocating this artifact. We may have forgotten in advance to obtain pre-approval, but it was a Saturday afternoon, the weather was great. The President of the House had an F-150 pickup truck, drove up on the hill, using methods that undoubtedly were involved in building the pyramid, somehow got the block onto the back of the pickup truck, got it down the hill and deposited it on the porch. To clear the record, the story that has evolved in the Dell House is that it broke the axle of the truck because it's heavy. I'll tell you that that's not true, but it did bend my tailgate. So it's the 44th anniversary of the Westminster block on the front porch of the Dell House. Stop by and say hello. It served many purposes over the years. But I think Carrie was right. I'll talk about the community a little bit. Catherine's gone over some of my personal story, but I want to emphasize a couple of points. But more than anything, this is a very special place to us, our family. It was a great job by Catherine, and I guess that shows that bringing your young daughters up here to stay in a camping trailer behind the Dell House during men's rush didn't do too much psychological damage. So, anyway, they've been coming here since they were little, and it's just been a great source of pride for all of us. But I started my career in Freeburg, Illinois, and came to skip a day of school, actually, with a guy who was a senior my junior year, and visited campus, and then I visited him as an undergrad, and the students sold me on coming to school. So I graduated with an economics and business degree, went into the Army in the 25th Division, and eventually got selected for a grad school program, very prestigious, in National Security Studies in D.C. Laura went to law school while we were there, and graduated with a degree and went to work in McLean, Virginia in civilian clothes, and did some work that much of which is still not public. It did change Army doctrine, and it led to a nomination to go work in the President's Emergency Operations Center, which is under the east wing of the White House. That is the facility in places like Olympus Has Fallen or White House Down. That's the facility you see in those movies. I interviewed, I did well. The officer in charge came and said, you know, we're sorry, you did well, it's the Army's turn to fill this billet, but the naval officer that interviewed has political support and you don't, so I'm afraid you've not been selected. And it was a gut punch. He asked me then, and I still remember his name was Dave Maxwell. He said, could I send your file over to the National Security Council? And I thought, yeah, sure, go ahead. Like, that's going to do a lot of good. But I said, sure, go ahead. And he did. And about 2 months later, on a Friday afternoon in D.C., I got a call, and it was from the White House, and they said, could you be down here in 45 minutes? Now, any of you that know anything about traffic in D.C. at any time of day, but at 4 in the afternoon, it's tough. But I made it down, went through an interview process, and was very honored to be selected to join the National Security Council staff as an intelligence officer working for General Colin Powell, President Reagan, and in the Situation Room. And I still believe to this day in that interview process that it was the preparation here from the faculty and staff, very caring, but also the interaction with alums and others that made the difference, that was a discriminator in that process. That was a wonderful job and position. Toward the end of that, the Gulf War had started. Saddam had invaded Kuwait. The Army needed people to set up a new command at Scott Air Force Base, Illinois, which was near St. Louis. And my hometown, Catherine, was born at Walter Reed while we were in D.C., so we had a family. And we relocated to Scott, and I joined U.S. Transcom and built the Crisis Action Center, moved everybody to the desert and brought them home. At the the end of that, the Cold War was over. My year group got cut by 50%. I volunteered to leave and went to A.G. Edwards. And my dad had been a great mentor. He was at Edwards for 40 years. And so every year I sponsored an intern for 17 years from Westminster to come work with me in the summer. The fourth year of that, Brandon Eckert and Jen Stump-Warren were my interns, and we hatched a plan to go to the Board of Trustees and ask them to found a group called the Blue Blazers Investment Committee. And that effort was successful. They gave us $100,000 and later $200,000. Here we are 28 years later. 1,000 students have gone through the program. We've taken 300 to New York, and the account sits at $1.4 million. So it's been a wonderful thing. On the last trip to New York, we always have a big social event. Tim Riley was very helpful. We did it in conjunction with the Churchill Committee. We had a wonderful trip. Any of you alums can ask students that were in the group or along about it. It's hard to describe, but it's a super experience. And at the dinner afterwards, there was a lady who was a long tenured professor at Columbia University. And she leaned over to me after meeting with our students and said, "I think the future of the country is in the Midwest." And that, I think, really summed it all up. It was a wonderful example of what our students can do, the impact of the faculty, staff. That trip, to make it work, takes the involvement of alumni, administration, volunteers, other relationships, and it's just a super example of what this community is like, the community that Carrie referred to and that and all of us are part of. So I would just say to close that it's important to support this place and its efforts. And Tim, to make you happy, I've got a Churchill quote. "I cannot but think we have much to be thankful for and more still to hope for in the future." And that's my belief entirely. This is a wonderful place. It's a great college in here in Truman's home state. It's a great day to be a Blue Jay, and it's a great day to support the college. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kurt Feigley, Alumni Council, Alumni Awards Chair, and I'm pleased to present the next recipient of the 2024 Alumni Achievement Award is Valentina Bumbo, class of 2005 from the Republic of Moldova. Dr. Valentina Bumbo, a dedicated educator, leader, and advocate for social change, embarked on her journey in education in 2013 after completing her doctoral program in chemistry at Washington University in St. Louis. Born and raised in the Republic of Moldova, Valentina's passion for learning and education was ignited during her undergraduate years here at Westminster College, where she arrived on a scholarship in 2001. Her career in education began as a chemistry and AP chemistry teacher at Soldan International Studies High School in the St. Louis Public School District. After 5 years of impactful service in this role, she transitioned to become the secondary science curriculum specialist for the district, bringing her expertise and innovative approach to curriculum development. Prior to her teaching career, she pursued roles in the industry as a chemist, enriching her understanding of real-world applications of scientific knowledge. Dr. Bumbo's academic journey has been marked by a fusion of scientific rigor and educational leadership. She completed her advanced education leadership program at Harvard University, currently pursuing a master's in educational leadership at St. Louis University Dr. Bumbo continues to strive for excellence in her field. Her dedication to equipping inner-city students with the tools to become agents of social change led her to join the Carnahan STEAM team in 2023 as an assistant principal. Outside of her professional pursuits, Valentina cherishes time with her family, friends, and students. She finds joys in activities such as reading, dancing, playing volleyball, traveling, and practicing martial arts. Through her boundless passion and unwavering dedication, Dr. Valentina Bumbo embodies the spirit of transformative education in the heart of St. Louis City Schools. Westminster College is honored to award the 2024 Alumni Achievement Award to Valentina Bumbo.
Hello, thank you so much for this. I too did not expect to receive such an honor. Wow, Professor Hartman's class, speech class and interpersonal communication is really coming in handy right now. So, in 2001, a terrified 17-year-old student embarked on a terrifying journey here to the United States, destination Fulton, Missouri, Westminster College. Westminster was many firsts for me. It challenged me academically, it challenged me personally. I still remember to nowadays my advisor asking me, so it seems like I heard what everybody else wants for you, but what do you want to do? And I did not know, I didn't have a simple answer to that question. So we started exploring. We started to explore here at Westminster College what my contribution in society should be. At Westminster, I met many friends. I met friends from all over the place, from unimaginable places. I met my host family, who have warmed my heart when I missed my home. This was the place where I held my first interview, my first job interview that rendered me a work visa after that, which then prolonged my stay in the United States, and then more opportunities to come after that. This is where I learned about my first love, which was chemistry, to the horror of my family. And then that's where also I felt like I also fell in love with education in general. Because you see, my family valued education so much that they sent me 1,000 miles away, and they packed my suitcases with wishes and hopes for me that they felt like I couldn't get in my home country. So I came here trying to grasp at everything that I could from my education. And Westminster made that possible for me. They opened all the doors and possibilities for me to try, to venture, to risk. So I took them. So even though I've paved a way to continuous or after Westminster learning, my lifelong learning journey, WashUs and other degrees and Harvards and SLU, St. Louis University, because you can never have enough degrees. You just keep on studying. But it all started with Westminster. That was the portal. That was the portal to that world. And it was the portal to the world here in the United States. So I'll always be grateful to all my professors, to all the people that made it possible for me. My family here, my family back home, my son who's in the audience, the heart, and the wind beneath my wings. So thank you all.
Zachary Emmel, class of 2001 from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, is our next 2024 Alumni Achievement Award winner. Zach Emmel, PhD, is a professor and director of clinical training in the Counseling Psychology program in the Department of Educational Psychology and adjunct professor in the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Utah. He's co-founder and chief science officer at Listen.io, a technology company focused on using artificial intelligence to assess and improve psychotherapeutic practices. The author of more than 100 scientific publications, his work has been funded by many prestigious organizations, including the John Templeton Foundation and the Casey Foundation. He's also won the Early Career Award from the American Psychological Foundation. Dr. Emmel graduated from Westminster College in 2001. He earned his degree in both religious studies and psychology. While at Westminster, Dr. Emmel was a Churchill Scholar, a member of Delta Tau Delta, Alpha Chi, Chapel Leadership Council, the Social Judiciary Board, and the Schools of Seven. He was also a resident advisor. After graduating from Westminster, he entered graduate school at the University of Missouri-Columbia, where he earned his master's in counseling psychology and then earned a PhD in counseling psychology from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Westminster is proud to award the 2024 Alumni Achievement Award to Zach Emmel. Today, Zach is also receiving the 2024 Alpha Chi Distinguished Alumni Award, which will be presented by Dr. Wri Smith.
The Alpha Chi Distinguished Alumni Award is the highest honor Alpha Chi bestows on an individual alumni member, and it recognizes those who have achieved notable success in their field and made significant contributions to their communities. This prestigious award is presented annually to an outstanding alumnus or alumna of the society selected by the National Council from nominees supplied by chapters or directly by another Alpha Chi member. In 2011, Missouri Delta alumna Heather Triplett Beal, class of '89, won the award, and in 2013, Lee Hildebrand, class of '97, won it as well. The third member of the Missouri Delta chapter to receive Alpha Chi's Distinguished Alumni Award is Dr. Zach Emmel. An Alpha Chi member since 2001, Dr. Emmel has consistently demonstrated the values of academic excellence, integrity, and service that Alpha Chi embodies. According to Missouri Delta chapter advisor Dr. David Jones, quote, "In a time in which rates of stress, anxiety, depression, and mental illness have been skyrocketing, particularly among teenagers and college students, the need for successful therapeutic techniques is at an all-time high. Dr. Emmel's contributions began with a liberal arts undergraduate education that turned into exciting multidisciplinary research. As Dr. Emmel was unable to travel to Birmingham, Alabama to the National Convention this year to receive the award, Dr. Jones and chapter president Lindsay Bennett accepted it on his behalf, and we are proud to present him with this award at this convocation."
Thank you, everyone. I feel left out that my fellow academics had their robes. I should have shipped mine. Brock, it's really an honor to be on this stage with you as well. Brock was so involved when I was here, and I remember going to a few Blue Blazers meetings and quickly realizing I was much more comfortable with people with schizophrenia and depression and anxiety as opposed to bankers. Fortunately, my career has led me back to the bankers, which are just as scary. So I have spent really my life being influenced by mental illness. My mom was first hospitalized with depression when I was 12 years old. I visited her on that inpatient unit. And 6 years later, I was walking into an inpatient unit as an intern during the summer at Westminster College, being mentored by Bob Hansen, emailing him, talking about my experiences, learning the vocabulary that would be necessary to try and actually be helpful to people. And I've spent the better part of my life, my professional life at least, getting the pleasure to work with people who are influencing the future of mental health care, either business leaders, clinicians, academics, but nowhere else have I met the people with the same level of compassion and care and curiosity and intellect and true collaborative spirit like I had when I had the chance to be a student here. I was really taught how to be a therapist, and really a healer, like how to be with people in pain, which is a big part of being a therapist and a psychologist, by Bob Hansen. And I'm really glad to see him here today. It's a lot. I was taught to be a scientist by David Jones and Catherine Verdall and Ted Yeager. And by Bill Young, I was really taught that it was okay to ask questions really about even your most sacred beliefs. In fact, those are the beliefs that you absolutely should ask questions about. And so I'm just really thankful for this award. I'm really thankful to my friends that I met here, especially Greg Patterson, but others who, when I was just sort of a very, very opinionated, irritating young person with not much to say, took an interest in me and cared about me. And Westminster is a very meaningful place to me. Thank you very much.
Our fourth recipient is Charles Kish III, class of 1956, and a member of Phi Delta Theta fraternity from Belleville, Illinois. Charles graduated from Signal High School in 1948, Signal Hill School in 1948, and from Belleville Township High School in 1952. He received a bachelor's degree from Westminster in 1956, as well as a degree in mortuary science from Worsham College. After graduating from Westminster in 1956, Gus accepted responsibility for his family's now sixth-generation business, Kish Funeral Home in Belleville, Illinois. As a licensed funeral director and the owner of Kish Funeral Home, Gus has served, supported, and strengthened countless families across the St. Louis region during their greatest time of need for over half a century. Not only has Gus had success in his career, but he's also dedicated his life to significant service to his community. Gus served his country as an active member of the United States Army Reserve for 5 years. He served his community as a board member of Signal Hill School from 1965 to 1977, and past trustee of Signal Hill Volunteer Fire Department during the same 12-year period. Gus served his neighbors as the director of Bankers Trust Company in the Bank of Belleville. He was a founding director of West Point Bank and Trust, and has served as a president to the Boys Club of East St. Louis, chairman of the United Fund of Greater East St. Louis, and Belle Claire Rotary Club. He has also been a 60-year member of the Freemasonry at East Lodge, number 504, AF and AM, the treasurer for Scottish Rite Bodies, and received the honorary 33 degree. Gus is also a member of York Rite Bodies, Red Cross of Constantine and Aenide Shrine, and the Royal Order of Jesters. Westminster College is honored to award the 2024 Alumni Achievement Award to Charles Gus Kish III.
Hospitalized with COVID after a very serious stay in the hospital after 3 weeks or so. I immediately was able to go home. When I got home, of course, my son was in the business, my grandson now. He came over to our house to visit to see how I was going because I had to really kind of walk and really do a lot of other things. But he said, I've done something then that I think we should know about it. I said, oh, that's interesting. He said, well, I said, you heard earlier that my family has really been in the funeral business since 1883. I'm the fourth generation. But he said to me, he said, Dad, I want to make sure that I did things wife, so I've written her obituary. I said, oh, that's very interesting. She said, would you like to see it? And I said, yeah, I think I would. I got looking at it and started realizing different things that I've done in the community and tried to put things back in Masonic career and my church affiliation and such. Ended up being very proud of those things. I appreciate the Achievement Award. The other thing, this is quite a week for me because after this ceremony today, I'm going down to find Valentina, and I know a lot of the brothers are here today, and I'm going to receive my 70th year of being a member of Phi Delta. Not many people come. But the rest of the thing is the fact that if I live, the good Lord lets me live till Friday of this week, I will turn 90 years old. So it's quite a week for me. And again, I thank you for the honor that I received. Thank you.
The next recipient is Richard Walton from Houston, Texas, class of 1970 and a member of Theta Theta Pi. Richard Walton is a retired senior financial executive. Following graduation from Westminster College in 1970 with a degree in economics and business administration, Rich served 2 years as an officer in the U.S. Army. Rich joined KPMG LLP and spent over 30 years there in public accounting, including 20 years as an audit partner in this international accounting firm. He served clients primarily in the healthcare and life sciences industries. Following retirement from KPMG, his financial consulting for public companies with SEC reporting led to becoming the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer at an energy, chemistries, and oil field products public company in Houston. Throughout his career, Rich has spent significant time leading and assisting charitable organizations in Houston. Now in retirement, he continues to volunteer in leadership positions on the boards of 4 different charities. Westminster College is honored to award the 2024 Alumni Achievement Award to Richard Walton.
Thank you. I am honored to receive this award today. I came to Westminster College and got through the second half of the decade that really changed America. That decade was the 1960s. It changed the way that we thought and also what we thought. So that's something that was important to me, and I think Westminster was a perfect place to go through that particular time. Things I wanted to mention to you that I experienced at Westminster that have meant a lot to me since my days here at Westminster. The first of those was the opportunity that you have to be in leadership positions while you're in college. That paid dividends for me throughout my career. The second thing that I noted was the interest that faculty took in individual students. That was significant and had a big impact on me. A specific, when I came to Westminster, my interest was to get a concentration in economics and in business administration. When I started that particular curriculum, I found that I had a big interest in accounting. And at that time, Westminster had 2 accounting courses, the Introduction to Accounting, which was a total of 2 semesters or 6 hours, and then an additional course, Intermediate Accounting, but was also 2 courses of 3 hours. So that was a total of 12 hours, but to sit for the CPA exam required 27 accounting credits and a bachelor's degree. At the time, the chairman of the business department here at Westminster was Dr. Hill, and he designed 2 additional advanced study courses for those of us interested in accounting, and he designed and taught 3 of us an accounting class. So that was a pretty significant benefit of going to a small liberal arts college that I doubt I would have received in any other institution. I will say that when there were 3 of us in these accounting classes, you did have your homework done every day, and it was pretty difficult to hang your head down and try not to be called on to answer any specific questions. One thing I did want to tell you, I will tell you one thing that about myself that's not in my bio, and that is that I play fantasy baseball. I've been in the same league and played with primarily the same individuals for 31 years. I have thought about retiring from that and suggested that several times recently, but the other owners in my league think that I'm easy money, so they won't let me away. I love Westminster College and my experience here. Today I know it's difficult for small liberal arts colleges to survive and make a go. I am aware of Westminster's plan, and I was very pleased to hear yesterday the effort and the plan that Westminster has to address this situation. I have every confidence that Westminster will be successful in this endeavor. I'm especially proud when I see Westminster listed in national and regional listings of successful educational institutions. And I say to the current administration and faculty, keep up the good work, and thanks for all that you do. Thank you.
The final recipient of the 2024 Alumni Achievement Award is Harold Oakley, class of 1990 from Quincy, Illinois, and a member of Sigma Chi. Harold is a partner and immediate past chair of Smedeskamp, Robertson, Noy, and Mitchell, LLP in Quincy, Illinois. His practice focuses on general corporate law, estate planning, and administration. Alice started practicing law in St. Louis, Missouri, and then returned to Quincy to raise a family. Following in his father's footsteps, Hal graduated from Westminster College in 1990, cum laude, with a major in economics and emphasis in German, history, and political science. He studied at Albert Ludwigs Universität in Freiburg im Breisgau in 1989. In 1993, he earned a Juris Doctorate from the University of Missouri-Columbia School of Law. He's a candidate for a Master's of Law degree in Tax Law at Washington University in St. Louis. His degree is expected to be conferred in 2024. Al has been active in various charitable organizations, and among his volunteer activities, Al has served on the boards of Mormon Foundation, the International Churchill Society, America's National Churchill Museum, the Lincoln Academy of Illinois, and the Illinois Equal Justice Foundation. He served as corporate secretary and a director of Quincy Media, a multimedia family-owned company for many years until its sale to Gray Television in 2021. Al is an emeritus trustee of Westminster College. From 1996 to 2020, he served as an active trustee and was board chair from 2015 to 2017. Hal is married to Kathy Bennett Oakley, a civic volunteer and former elementary school teacher. They have 3 children, Ben, Abigail, and Alan. Westminster is honored to award the 2024 Alumni Achievement Award to Harold Oakley. We have the pleasure this year to confer an honorary degree to Hal approved by Westminster Board of Trustees. And at this time, I'd like to invite President Lofi and Chair Jim Moore.
Kurt just mentioned, we have the distinct pleasure this year to confer an honorary degree to Hal, approved by the Westminster Board of Trustees. Hal, in recognition of your achievements, accomplishments, and service to society, and especially Westminster College, Board of Trustees, and your chairmanship of the trustees, has moved to grant you an honorary degree. It is my distinct pleasure and privilege to present you with the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. Please come forward, Hal. Jim, Dr. Lincoln, please come forward. In the name of Westminster College, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the State of Missouri, I hereby confer upon you, Mr. Harold B. Oakley, the honorary degree Doctor of Laws, with all its rights and privileges pertaining thereto. In recognition thereof, Chair Morton will deliver this diploma, duly signed and sealed, and direct that you be vested with the hood by Dr. Linka, our Provost and Dean of Faculty, which again is a symbol of this degree. We believe that you bear this degree with distinction to yourself and with significant honor to this college. Hal, I'm pleased to call you my friend, and congratulations to you and your family. Jim?
Wardrobe moment. Thank you very much. Good morning, and thank you for joining this weekend celebration of our Westminster family and this small college with a big impact. Thank you to the Alumni Council and the Westminster Board of Trustees for the Alumni Achievement Award, and Professor John Langton for nominating me. He's been a friend and mentor for many years. I'm humbled to be included in this impressive group of alumni, and congratulations to all of you. You all have great stories. That's one reason why it's great to be Blue Jay. Thank you to the Board of Trustees and the faculty for this honorary degree, and especially Dr. Malinka, who reminded me not too long ago that life has come full circle. I was chair of the Academic Affairs Committee for the board when she was recommended for tenure. It was an easy decision for us then to make, and I'm very pleased that she's here with us now in the ceremony. My story at Westminster has been one of blessings and a few challenges. Among the blessings are the lifelong friends I've made as a student, especially through the Sigma Chi fraternity. In fact, my pledge brother, David Phillips, surprised me. But also the faculty and staff have provided me a stellar education both inside and outside the classroom. As I know, it did all these people as well. The blessings include my fellow trustees and the many administrators, faculty, staff, and students I've worked with as an active and now emeritus trustee for 28 years. By the way, emeritus means you can still attend the meetings, they don't have to listen to you anymore. I'm especially grateful for the leadership of President Don Lofi and his team. We've worked closely since he joined the board in 2009-ish? 2010, I was close. And he was one of my vice chairs when I served. I'm very pleased that he is now our president. I'm confident in and grateful for their excellent transformative work for Westminster. We're called to live lives of significant success and service. My service at Westminster today is mostly through America's National Churchill Museum and our joint venture called the International Churchill Society, which is headquartered at George Washington University in D.C. and an affiliate ICS in London. Churchill's Iron Curtain speech in our magnificent museum across the plaza are differentiators and blessings for Westminster. If you believe in free speech, free markets, free elections, and religious freedom, you're a Churchillian. I encourage you to visit www.nationalchurchillmuseum.org and become a member for as little as $100. For that, you automatically also become a member of ICS. You'll receive a top-notch quarterly journal, monthly e-newsletters, invitations to lectures, conferences, and other events here in Fulton, DC, London, and elsewhere. Many of these also have online access. Also join us on June 12th in London to honor Bill Brody, the former chairman of MTV International, who is a great Churchillian and supporter of our museum. It'll be a grand affair. Details are on the website. I'd like to acknowledge my late father, Tony Oakley, class of 1956. Yes. He was a 2004 Alumni Achievement Award recipient and a Sigma Chi. He introduced me to Westminster. At first, by the way, I refused to consider it. I wanted to do my own thing, so to speak. However, reluctantly, I paid a visit, a weekend visit, and suddenly it became my Westminster. And so all was good. I was home. My mother Signe and my brother Peter are also here to celebrate Westminster with us today, so I'm happy to have them here. It's been a few years, but we're happy to have everyone back home. I'm pleased that third generation of our extended family joined the Westminster family in the form of my young cousin Tom Van Ness, class of 2004, and he decided to come back. He loved us so much in 2006. And some of you might know Tommy. Of course, now, I'd say that he did become a Phi Delta, unfortunately, but it's at least they might be trying. Of course, for his family, I must thank my wife, Kathy. We met after graduation, but she of all my families had the biggest dose of Westminster. She's endured and covered many times of my Westminster duties, took me away from family matters, lots of interrupted vacations, family dinners, missed kids events, etc. I recall one time in particular where I attended a special board meeting telephonically in the closet of a hotel room at the Fairmont Hotel in downtown San Francisco. I think it lasted 3 hours. Now, the Fairmont's a really nice hotel, so it's kind of a nice closet, but it's not that nice. She and the kids slept in the other room. Fortunately, she's fond of my fraternity brothers and many of my fellow trustees she's come to know, especially after I stepped down from active service. Lastly, I have a charge for you. This college needs you. Many Alumni Achievement winners first become reacquainted with Westminster through their award experience. Several of our trustees and other college supporters have followed this path. Some of you may be one of those, or perhaps like my good friend Brock, you've been actively engaged already for quite some time. In either event, we need you to ensure this great small college survives and thrives, produce lifelong learners and engaged citizens. Do your part, whatever that may be. As St. Francis of Assisi said, when you leave this earth, you can take with you nothing that you have received, only what you have given. Thank you.
Now, will all of the recipients of the 2024 Alumni Awards please stand so that we can recognize you as a group? Your accomplishments are many and varied, and your fellow alumni are indeed proud of you. These accomplishments have brought honor to your alma mater. On behalf of the Westminster Alumni Council and the entire alumni community, thank you for your presence here today, and congratulations. Your alma mater is incredibly proud of you. Thanks.
Thank you, and I want to also wish my congratulations to all of you what this award means. And I would now like to invite all past Alumni Award recipients who are present this morning to please stand. This group of Westminster alumni is living Westminster mission, standing as leaders in a global community and living lives of success, significance, and service. They truly found the power in their purpose during their life-changing journey at Westminster. And again, thank you for being with us today. In closing, again, I'd like to congratulate the class of 1974 and all the award winners this morning one more time. All award recipients, presenters, and families, please return to the front near the church for pictures after the ceremony. And now I'd like to ask Joseph Otero to come forward to lead us in our alma mater, accompanied by Dr. Natasha Sexton. Please stand and join us in the first verse and chorus of the alma mater, which you will find printed on the back of the program.
festivities of the 2024 Alumni Weekend. And I now declare this convocation closed.